Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you, and let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up that screen. Humbl. Humbl has broken its silence. Brian Foote has given, two updates? Two. We haven't heard from this guy in months, but he came out and he's done a couple in a row, and we may have another one coming, he said, at the end of the week. So I'm sure you're surprised too. I was wondering if he was ever going to come out and talk again.
Can we stop this cruel game?
Yep, the cruel game has stopped. Let's get into Humbl, man. He went over a bunch of stuff. In the first video, he went over the Humbl wallet, the Search 3, and then the Humbl marketplace.
So in terms of progress updates from the week, we shipped the Humbl wallet this week. So that's live now on the Google Play Store as of this morning. That also has a Wallet Connect product in it, like I said, with MetaMask or Coinbase. So you can stay in their ecosystems as well. We really believe that Web3 is going to be really inclusive. So you start to have these layers of commerce where you verify and transact who you are in the wallet, you discover commerce on the search engine, and then you transact in value on the marketplace. So really just a 1, 2, 3 funnel of things that we're building for Web3, just to try to take an early swing at articulating globally what Web3 commerce can look like end to end.
So they have launched the Humbl wallet, and I believe that was on Google. They're still waiting on approval through Apple, but Google does have it now, that app. And you can see they're trying to turn Search 3 into a profitable business by selling ads on it. Not dissimilar, I'm assuming, to how Google does, but of course, obviously at a very small scale. But this company obviously needs to increase revenue significantly, and I would assume that's one of the main ways they plan on doing it. We know they've got Humbl tickets, they've got the wallet, marketplace, Humbl Pay, and now they're trying to tokenize all through Web 3.0. And here he talks about the ads.
The ad sales on the search engine with the ad units. Of course, we comped that, so it wasn't a sale, but that was a comped ad unit for Leandro because we wanted to show our use case. Then once you click in on the search engine, you get down into a distributed embedded environment here to his NFT collection, so token gated landing page. We also have the embed this page unit where he could then take that out, or his partners could take that out and embed it in another environment. So here's the token gated landing page. Again, we're using NFTs here as just an easy to understand illustration of tokenized commerce on Web3. So you have sort of the buy the NFT, the attributes of the product, the embed page, and so on for Leandro, who's an Olympic surfer, who's a partner of ours. And then also just brands and causes.
And I found this pretty interesting. He was talking about the NFTs and how he sees them as really just the beginning of tokenization. And he explained this pretty well, I thought.
Industry that starts to tell people, both in a private or a semi-private or a public way, depending on what the outcome is or the function, hey, this person bought this token, it's available for this IP or this licensing, and so on. So again, be more focused on tokenization as something that can help us breed better global commerce rather than what's the content in the token. I think it was Bill Gates that said, well, I don't think monkeys are going to change the world on NFTs, these Bored Apes. And really just, those are just the book moment of Amazon where you're starting to tokenize content. We really do believe that content will be tokenized in other verticals ranging from real estate to government. So always remember that when we're testing tokens, if it has a cartoon in it, the cartoon isn't the thing we're testing, it's the tokenization. So just something to keep in mind there so you can keep your eye on the price.
So I found that pretty interesting. It does sound like they're mainly in the testing phase of the tokenization of Search 3. A very important brass tacks item that he discussed, and that's what we're going to discuss here in just a minute, is the numbers, the financial numbers, and the burn rate. And he did discuss burn rate. I was glad to hear him discuss that.
We continue to reduce our burn rate, internally, and we're streamlining costs and reducing our payroll and so on, as you see commonplace with a lot of blockchain and crypto companies right now, in addition to the market in general, just tighter times right now. And really just a keen focus on products and product deployments and revenues. I think what's heartening to see about our business is that we're still in peak product deployment right now, despite the tighter market conditions. So that's been a thrill. I've been working on this business for a long time now. And
so it sounds like they're tightening their budget and trying to reduce their burn rate. We talked about that in our last video, how that needed to be addressed. If you look at their last quarter, you can see their revenues, which must go up. They're at $1.1 million. Well, $626,000 in gross profit. That's not covering these expenses. It's not even close. And not all of these expenses are cash related. This stock-based compensation, which that sucks for dilution. It just causes all kinds of dilution, but it's not a cash flow issue. These are just basically stock shares that are being issued to people that work for Hmbl or did work for Hmbl. And it's $4 million of their total $11 million. So really the expenses that are concerning me would be general administrative of 2.6, developmental cost, which that's going to continue, and professional fees. So that's over $4 million, 4.5, and they're only got $600,000 in profit. So their burn rate's over $1 million a month. And that's what he's trying to reduce. Because their balance sheet, and this was last quarter, obviously it's probably half of this, maybe less than half, depending on if they sold shares to raise money. In some of their disclosures, they've talked about raising money, and they may very well have over the last 90 days. But I'm assuming this is less than half of what it's showing unless they did that. And we won't know that until we see the balance sheet of next quarter, which should be showing up in probably about 30 days. And the S1 that he has referred to many times has been amended 6 times, and it's not been approved yet. So that one, obviously they're waiting on that to get done. And what their plans are, we don't know exactly. I know George Sharp has talked about a reverse split and that it was likely. I would assume the main purpose of that would be some form of possible uplisting in the future. I don't know. We don't know. That's really the issue. And reverse splits make me very nervous because we've already went through one a while back on this company. It didn't work out so well for us. And this one will be very different in that everybody will participate in the reverse split if they do another one. So it's not just us that'll have our shares reduced. It will be everybody, including insiders and the angel investors. The stock price has been sitting down, hit as low as 5 cents, and then it ran up to about 8 or 9 cents there for a few days, and now it's sitting around 7. So there's really not any rhyme or reason at this point, unless you go way, way back. There's no support or resistance to really deal with except sitting at the 9 cent mark. So it's fallen down below that mark, and what happens after that, we'll see. It really has to do with their quarterly reports, their revenues, and things along those lines. And you don't see a lot of people covering crypto like they were, and this is crypto related. Understand Hmbl is fintech, crypto, and a penny stock. The 3 things that have been hit the hardest are those: fintech, crypto, and freaking penny stocks. And here Hmbl is all 3 of them. And a year and a half ago, it was the 3 hottest areas. Now it's the 3 that have just been dogged out. And unfortunately, this is the current sentiment towards crypto.
I hate you, you big fat turd.
Yep, not real popular. And you also will hear quite a bit of profanity on social media pertaining to crypto or crypto-related stocks.
You don't need to hear things like that. You just a boy.
Yeah, it gets a little rough out there, that's for sure. All right, folks, and that's Hmbl today. Brian Foote has obviously opened up the floodgates, and he's starting to communicate quite a bit with shareholders. That's twice in the last week, and sounds like he's going to be having another one at the end of the week or maybe even first of next week. So it sounds like we're going to start really hearing from him, and that's good. That'll be hopefully helpful to the company. I've talked to you about possibly at one point I may be dollar cost averaging, but right now I'm not doing anything with that reverse split kind of looming over top of me. I'm not comfortable with that right now. Once that gets determined whether it's going to happen or not, I may change my mind. But right now I'm holding because I'm down, and there's no point in selling what I got. It wouldn't amount to that much anyway, unfortunately. But hopefully it'll make a comeback and start doing well again. I'm just going to hold and hope that's what happens. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover Hmbl. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd certainly appreciate it. And I hope you did like the content, and we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.